Hi, welcome back to part two of Aquaman. So, this is Aquaman Summary 101, and you're going to love it. It's part two. Hope you enjoyed part one. And if you take a second to like, subscribe, and I really appreciate that to support the podcast, the YouTube channel. And if you'd like to check out the podcast, go over to Apple or Spotify and listen to Filmatics, where you'll hear award winning, Emmy winning writer, director, producers, actors, singers, and it's amazing. And also, if you have kids, Enchanting Book Readings is the top 1% global kids podcast. So, no further ado, um, Orm and Author or Aquaman just were in the Ring of Fire, and then Mira comes in and they escape. So, here you go, part two. Party time. This is like some fun. When two people are fighting. And then, so they're fighting. Orm and Author are fighting. And, Orm is dragging him down into the lava pit. And then Author, escapes. And then, then Orm has his trident to destroy Author's fork. And they have all this big thing in the arena. And then this is when Mara comes in with her watercraft and they escape. And, because Mira will intervene in this, getting Author from out of Orm's clutches. And so they're escaping in her watercraft because it's really cool and you got to have cool watercraft. They're able to just jet away from all the bad guys. And so Orm and all his men are chasing them down, and then their ship is shot, and then they escape again. And then Orm believes that they were killed. And then, of course, they're not dead, and the two are hiding in the mouth of a well. So here you think of Pinocchio, or Pinocchio was in the mouth of the well, remember? And even in the Bible, there was like where, I forget who was in the mouth of the well. So there's a lot of like symbolic and mythology things here, the mouth of the well. Pinocchio, and even in the Bible. And so Author tells the whale to take them somewhere safe above the surface, so the whale takes them out. And then Orm finds that, what? No way, Author and Mara are still alive. Then he orders his commandos to go find them. But Nereus forces Orm to ensure, we have a deal, you and I. I'm a king, that's my daughter, and she's betrothed to you, Orm. You better not do anything to my daughter, Mara. So she better come back here safely, but you can do whatever you want to Author. So, of course, he's going to tell the commandos to go find Author and Mara. And then, so then, of course, Author and Mira go on this cool plane, and then they go to the Sahara Desert. And then they jump out, of course, with no parachutes because it's an action movie. It's a Marvel. They're able to do these kind of things, and it's expected, and it's campy, and it's fun, and you're laughing. You're like, wow, that's so cool. I wish I could do that. I wish I got paid $10 million to do that, even $1 million to do that. Heck, people be like, I'll do it for $100,000. Hey, I'll do it for free to be on the set with Jason Momoa. But they're like, how many followers do you have? I really don't have a lot of followers. How many subscribers do you have? I don't really have a lot. Who are you? I'm not a star. Okay, you can have the role. You're like, no, I want to be on the movie. Let me be on the movie. That's most of us, right? I want to be in an action film. I want to do it. I want to do green screen. It's a Okay, so DC back to film, the by the movie. way. They're in the Sahara, and they're like, oh, did you know that the Sahara was once covered by the ocean? Kind of sounds like the pyramids of Egypt, right? And then there's this big fall. They walk down, and then they fall into a hole that brings them this old temple where Atlantis trident, that's where it was forged. And she places the cylinder down on a round platform, but nothing happens. But she's like, oh, it has to be activated with water. Duh. So they activate the trident with a holographic message from Atlantis with instructions on how to locate the trident. And then they find a bottle with a map, the old bottle with a map that tells them their next stop is Sicily. And this is a part I like. I was born in Italy. Sicily, my mom said if she was a young girl again, she'd live in Sicily because it's so freaking beautiful. And who doesn't want to go to Italy? I mean, come on. The beauty, the fashion, the food, the people are so cool and just amazing. So, and then Orm is meeting with this fisherman king. So it's a new king. It's a fisherman king. And to get him to join forces, but this fisherman king, Daijima Hanzo, says, oh, no way. And then Mino Orm kills him right in front of his kids and his wife. And then orders to have all those people join them. And they're like, oh, we better, because look what just happened, just killed him. So there you, and back to Aquaman and Mera. Everyone knows Mera. She's the redhead, long red hair. She wears a green suit. They're in Italy, and they are, hanging out with the land people, surface dwellers, and there's all these statues of past leaders, where the trident lies, and then Aquaman, or Arthur, you know, um, he's putting the bottle in the hand of the statue Romulus, and it's like everyone's like, well, it's the only one that doesn't have a hand, or so they're trying to find like the bottle and the message. And when placed there in the statue in the hand, the direction of the trident, it shows the direction of the trident's location, which is in the trench. And then they're attacked by David, David's now called, the pirate's son who died. The son whose dad, the pirate, died, David. He's now Black Manta with his commandos. And those commandos are so cool, right? The costume. And he fires a laser from his helmet at Aquaman, who's also using weapons, and it's a plasma blast. And then Mera takes on the commandos, bip, 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 the whole battle scene. And then, of course, the two of them are able to destroy like hundreds of commandos, right? Because that's just how it is. One or two people can command like literally hundreds and thousands of, guys who can do karate and kicks and are like black belts and all that stuff. You're like, of course, because that's the fun part. And then people are flying in the air and blasting. And then the two escape, of course. And of course, Mera's going to treat Aquaman's wounds, and they're sailing to the trans. He's like, how'd you get this boat? Well, you needed a boat, right? And then they talk, and like some kind of like emotions, and like seems like love is blooming, and of course you got to have like the romanticness in a movie. And then back at Atlantis, Orm is just like, what? He is planning his invasion on the land surface, and he has newly united the tribes of the kingdoms, and he finds out that Volko was working against him. What? Oh, that sneaky Volko. So Orm orders his men to imprison Volko. Oh no. And then back to Aquaman and Mera are, sailing. Of course, there's a storm, and there's all these creatures in the trench, and then they fight back, and the ship is destroyed, and oh my God, are they going to get killed at the end of Dune? And they're pulled out of harm's way by a mysterious being who takes them deep into the trench, into a tropical changer. Of course, there's going to be some air, and guess who it is? This big creature. It's his mother, Atlanta. And he braces his mother, and he realizes his mother lied. Oh, wanted to tell you, Margaret Merlin's journal, The Battle of the Black Witch, Margaret Merlin's journal book series, her mother is presumed to be dead from the Bermuda Triangle. And her father, Arthur, who's a magician, he doesn't have any magic skill, but her mother is presumed to be dead, is also alive, and she'll come at the end to help defeat her daughter, Margaret Merlin, to defeat Dratler and become queen of the kingdom. So it's very similar things, like great writers think alike. Amazing. And this book was written many, many, many years before this came out. So just and had author as a character name. So I hope you might check that out and love it, because maybe that book can be made into a big action movie, because everyone's comparing it to like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Harry Potter. So, do check out these books. Help some independent authors make it, because it takes unless you're born into the family, or you're, super talented, or you just meet the right people, there's a lot of luck involved with this, but there's so many talented people out there. So do try to help other people get going. Support independent artists, will be so gratefully appreciated and be amazing. So Arthur meets his mom, and his mom, Atlanta, Nicole Kidman, tells her son, Aquaman, how she escaped from being executed, and she's been stranded here for a very long time, and dutifully so. She has to kind of hide out, and she says that the trident is located by a waterfall, but only a true king, someone with a good heart that's destined, can enter and come out with the trident. So mainly, dun, 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 if you're not, you may not come back out with the trident. So Arthur is motivated and goes in, and the trident, of course, is glowing, and he comes face to face with this Catherine, which Julie Andrews is doing the voice. And it's, she's a giant, big monster who guards the trident. And, she's got to protect this trident to make sure the right person gets it. And then she doesn't really believe Arthur because he's not yet 100% invested in this. And so about to attack him. But Arthur is very smart and wise, he uses his powers and communicates with her like he does with the sharks and the animals and the sea creatures. And only Atlantean is able to do that, to communicate with the dolphins, the sharks, and all the underwater sea creatures. And, so when Catherine asks Arthur what makes him worthy of being a wielding, a king that has this trident, and he says, I'm not worthy, and that he only wants it to save the land, the surface world, and the underworld. So he wants to save the world. So this makes up her decision that, okay, this is a good guy. And, so she gives him the power. And then he gets this cool suit of gold and green. Do you guys like his outfit? That a gold and green? What do you think of the costume? Really nice? I mean, he wears it well. I mean, that infectious smile, Jason Momoa, the laugh, the smile, the acting, the presence, like an action star. He's just charming. You just watch him. He's the reason why everyone comes to show. It's not for, of course we have stars like, Nicole Kidman, but, Jason Momoa, everyone's going for Aquaman, the lead guy, and seeing the whole adventure. So Orm is now saying, I'm Ocean Master. He's like, I'm an Ocean Master, not only king of his Atlantic, but he's now the Ocean Master. And his forces, start his minions attack on the surface, and then there's a battle between Arthur and Mera as their forces of sea creatures, which includes the protector of the trident, Catherine, to fight back and subdue that his brother's army and lessen the blow and try to stall them and stop them. And then the creatures just take Ormond's men out, and there's creatures in the battle, and then some Atlanteans are going to renounce their loyalty to Orm. What? And then Orm fights Arthur, and then Orm has to go on land to fight Aquaman. I think that's funny because he doesn't even like the land people. And then Arthur uses his trident's power to his advantage, of course, and that dismantles Orm's trident, and of course he's going to be on his knees. And Arthur, of course they always have to do this so they can have sequel 2, sequel 3. It's going to spare Orm's life. The good guys always have humility and the grace and the good hearts to spare the most evil bad guy's life. And then Orm's like, kill me, kill me, kill me. But the mom comes out, Atlanta rises from the ocean to look at her son Orm. And it's kind of awkward. They embrace, right? And Vocal, says, come arrest Orm. So the commandos go out and arrest Orm. And of course he goes willingly, which seems strange. And then Arthur is like, I'll talk to you when you're ready. Like, we can make friends. We can have a beer and go hang out and be good brothers. And so all the Atlanteans are like, yay, Arthur, he's so cool. He's Jason Momoa. He's Aquaman. He's so freaking cool. You'll be our new king, our new star. And then, Thomas, his dad, goes to the docks again from the humble lighthouse and, waiting for his wife to return. And this is like, oh my God, it's so touching. She does, after all these years. It's like that movie moment that where, Atlanta rises up and he can't believe she returned. And of course, they kiss and embrace in such a beautiful moment. And then, of course, Aquaman's gonna be a narration. How that destiny has a way of bringing people together, the way it brought his parents together. And now he's accepted the position as the son of the land, as a king and protector of the sea, as Aquaman. Aquaman. And we got to say Aquaman with a laugh, the way Johnny Depp said it in The Child. Aquaman. I mean, so isn't that great? I mean, what a story. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that breaks down everything in Aquaman. And just thanks for listening. If you'd like to give a like or subscribe, really appreciate it. And, you know, it's been fun speaking with you today. Happy weekend. And we wish good things for all people. And may your dreams come true. Maybe you get an acting role, a directing role, producing role, writing role, or whatever you'd like to do. Be a TikTok star, Instagram star, YouTube star, or just, be a land keeper. Or a biker. We all love it. And do check out Enchanting Book Readings podcast. It's ranked top 1% globally, hitting #1 weekly. It's really great for kids and parents. And if you'd like to check out Margaret Merlin's Journal by A.A. Banks at Amazon, it is a very cool wizard book series. You're going to love it. Thanks so much.
And then also check out Filmatics podcast featuring Emmy winners, award-winning writers, directors, producers, actors, and I know you're going to love it. This week we have Teresa Kelton, the executive producer of Harriet the Spy, and we also have 3-time Emmy winner Jim Lichtenstein, and we also have Steve Kunis of Over My Dead Body on Amazon. So we have so many great guests on Filmatics on Apple and Spotify. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate your support from the channel. And until next week, have a great day.